So I'm going to show you everything that the deliverables are. I don't usually do this for the sales director offer. This is more of my solopreneur offer. And then at the end of it, basically what's happening is I'm going to build the sales team and sell it too, right? So it's kind of like a combo thing. So I'm going to create, you're going to get a contract that's more like created on what we talk about. And actually I'm going to bring in, I'm just going to record this shit just to make it all easier. Well, hello, Katie.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Great.
You know, it's good to see you, not but meet you.
Sorry, no, and I tried actually putting on my video, and it just like because I'm in a car, it's so dark, look like I'm
That's fair.
about to like jump out and scare someone from one of those like Halloween thrillers.
It's so funny
Because
because
there's no light. Like if there's no light, and so if there's no light in a Zoom call, it just looks like you're just in the shadows.
yeah, like the Blair Witch Project type stuff. Yeah, you don't know where she is. You want to hide behind any tree. Yeah. Okay, so
All right, good.
so Katie, so I know obviously you want to know about the overall arching things, which obviously I'm going to show you and things like that. Do you have any direct questions or anything like that?
Well, I'm sure I will. I just want to know that your base process is a little bit about me is that I was working with my brother in marketing and sales. It almost feels like since I was born, but uh,
I mean, technically, yeah.
what, yes, but the way I actually made my living for many years was I charged people a bunch of money, and I was very good at what we call lead generation, but not just leads. I would basically
Okay.
pretty much close the sale, and then I'd turn it over because in the insurance are very regulated. So unless I got an actual insurance license, I closed the sale. Not gonna, but it wasn't already closed. That's it's
That makes sense. Okay.
which story you're familiar with. But my thing is I worked on campaigns for AT&T, for all these other places, so I'm very familiar. And people paid me a bunch of money to just because I could produce results. Okay,
You sound like
so
you sound like a go-getter, to be real with you. Like, I felt
all
like
right, so I produced results. Focus challenge I had in closing sales for what we did in sales and marketing consulting was that we started out telling people that we could actually deliver them high probability clients who were basically 80-90% likely to close. And in lead generation, when people had lead generators, they would like never believe it. So we had to tell people that we would give them leads where 20% of them would close because they wouldn't buy from us because they didn't believe us.
that's fair.
Then they would get the result, then they'd believe it. So we had to dummy down than we could deliver.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
So
it's kind of smart, that's definitely over promising, under promising, over delivering.
it was the only thing we could do. We tried all the other methods to try to tell them what we really. So so where it's coming from. So I said, look in this expert, not necessarily with all current bells and whistles. But I'm also been working in technology since I was 12. So I'm very techie,
Okay.
which most people in our generation were not.
It's fair.
So therefore, and I love Twilio. I love some of those back end software systems. So I really do want to know, what the overall picture is. Like if you can give me the big picture of what you would like to accomplish and the methods in which you would like to accomplish it. And then I can have some of the more detailed questions from there.
So the overall arching concept and what I want to build out is just him having a structured value ladder so he can have something for everyone that he's targeting. So someone can start from a free product and work their way up if they needed to upsell. Right?
Exactly.
No,
I guess I'm in more. Yes, that I understood. I guess I should say now a little bit of the level down from that. I got that level of big picture. I mean,
so
I said big picture. So
my first step, what I just told him earlier, my first idea to the fastest results that we can do would be generate a community and a free 2-hour mini course. Use the leads that if you have some, reactivate them with an email blast campaign to school. for a couple $100, and then they get into the funnel, and then the sales team that I build will on the back end call those people to upsell them to a core or high ticket program.
Got it.
It-
And so basically, so what you're basically proposing for this specific scenario is that we create a mini course, get all of the basically technologies, everything handled, pull that into a system, upsell them to a community. When you say community, are you referring to building that community? Oh my gosh, I love the job.
I just
Build the community. Hey, build the community as an app, like where you have an app background where they can join in this community, or you mean literally? I'm sorry.
It's already an app. So school is already an app and a platform that Alex Hormozy backed a while ago, and it's very it's designed for you to upsell in it, and it's designed for people to actually communicate and chat in it, so you can have that community feel, right? There's a
I apologize. When you said school, I thought you were referring to his mini course as a school, so I didn't realize you meant a specific app called school.
yeah.
Okay, got.
SKOOL, if you will.
Yeah, in fact, I'm a member of a BNI, and BNI uses school, SKOOL, as the platform on which it's built all of its training programs.
Yep.
So I'm familiar with school. There you go.
And then we use GHL. So I have an entire GHL system with automations and up to 80 different funnels already in there. I use them for all my offers. So I have a system, a sales system designed. So we'll use that, and then that integrates with school. And then every time someone opts into school, we'll get their name, phone number, and email. And then they'll come into the CRM, and they'll be notified in our team communication platform, which is Discord, that a new lead just entered, so we can get speed to lead. And then the salespeople will be like, "Hey, yo, just saw you just got into school. Just want to make sure you saw everything that's available from the calendar and the masterminds and the cheat menus for the holidays and the course access and all that stuff. And hey, by the way, did you know that he has a whole Shopify menu? Or hey, did you know that he has a whole YouTube video? What got you interested in the first place?" And then start that conversation from there. And then that's how they upsell and become more of a high ticket member.
Be great. And in this case too, a lot of the people who are going to be interested in, I guess, being sold this kind of platform or this kind of experience of training for like our coaching.
Yeah.
They have had significant health problems or significant ways in which they want to be, that they kind of, you do need to be able to incorporate that. And so, I mean,
That's more marketing.
having worked with sales persons in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is good. I'm just saying now we've got built the community, they go through the systems, we've got that marketing side where they understand what who keto cooking with love, and what keto cooking with love is about in general. And then you get on the phone with them and you're building the sales team. Is that going to be, besides just the fact that they can close, because lots of people can close. I mean, at least X% of the population can close, not everybody.
That's fair.
Right. And then once you get that 5% of the population that can close and can close very well, among them, are you going to be targeting, when you build that team, people who have experience in health?
Yes.
Or how we got to make certain that we have people who it's not about just closing, but you actually have to know something about keto cooking, keto eating, like just enough to be able to actually speak to it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So I do two things. So I make sure the leader of that specific sales team absolutely has health or even some type of the health world background, right? Whether they're a coach, fitness coach themselves, whether they experience it themselves, whether they do keto themselves, and if I have to teach them sales, I will. Secondly, I have an entire internal offer training that everyone goes through. So what I'm going to ask Jose is to come up with a question that you want your sales team, that you need your sales teams to know, right? So it's basically going to be a test at the end of the training that they have to get 100% on. So you have to know so much about the offer before you can even start making phone calls or talking to the clients or leads.
Correct. And then two, how do you determine what the languaging needs to be, apart from just interviewing Keto Master Chef Jose himself? apart from that, what is your process with your clients for determining the best keywords to use in closing a sale like this?
It's all about their why in any sale. It's not, this sale isn't any more specific than selling a faceless YouTube channel. I don't know why it would be. Because someone that wants this just as much as they want a faceless YouTube channel, they're both going to do it. So there's no specific training on this except the knowledge, right? And maybe when you talk to a specific avatar, especially if we're going after Christian people, you're not going to talk slang, you're not going to be so cursy and things like that, but it's no specific trigger words or things like that I'm going to teach for this offer. I'll teach the things that the normal questions you can ask and apply to every single offer, because people are people, right? And no, these people aren't special, aren't different than anyone else, right? There's different personalities, and you use different ways to close and different trigger phrases per the personality, not per the thing that you're selling, if that makes sense.
Well, yes, I do agree. I would agree with that in general principle. I meant more with the opening words and opening.
The copy, it's talking about what the copy's gonna look like.
The marketing.
Yes. No. So when you're basically first starting, I'm already presuming, Jose, I'm adding this after we've already had someone say, yes, I would like to have a call about whatever this is, whatever it all is, right? After, whatever we've set up, and they've just gotten into this community and they went through some basics of school or this mini course, right? So there's going to be some terminology that both the sales rep and the potential client will already have, or should have some shared language already. So I'm already past the point where you'd be thinking about that. But then in that, there's usually, when you make a phone call, there's a set, not even a script, but at least some guidelines as to the language you're going to first start with.
Oh, the approach.
Before you start actually trying to handle objections or any of those phrases or anything from, there's going to be that opening. It would be, no.
It's your opening statement. Hey.
Yes, it would be your gambit.
Yeah, it's like
in that process.
Yeah.
Like my background.
Go ahead.
Says that you can increase exponentially the number of people and also decrease the amount of time it will take to close a sale. Okay, even if you're the best closer, it's also a ratio of time. If you can make the opening gambit lines a little bit more clear and more precisely attuned to the overall target market, okay, we know everyone's different, of course, right? Then you decrease the amount of time it takes to close those who would ever close. Okay, right? So I know no salesperson ever wants to admit that some people you're not going to close, but there's going to be some people who's close. It might be a low percentage, but even with my percentage, right? I'm an 80% closer, and even I have 20% that won't close, right?
For sure.
So, right. So there's some percent, but you can decrease the time it takes, and the least amount of time it takes your sales reps and your sales team to close means the more money for all of us.
So 1,000%.
So when I'm asking you about these gambits and how you're going to do that market research, I'm doing so for a reason, because that is something that I know is a fact from all of my years of doing this.
I understand. I think I just do it a little differently because I have an opening statement that is transferable from every offer, because it includes the coach's name, your name, the coach's name, the company name, and the offer all in one. Right. And that, if you can do that in the first 4 seconds of the conversation, they already know why you're calling, what you're calling about, and the fact that they know you, you know them. Right.
So got it. In your case, then what you're doing is your full approach process is you predominantly work with people who already have a course. So therefore someone has taken that course and they already know who you are.
Totally. Or they opted in. They just opted in. Like they gave us their phone number. Right. So that makes it so much easier. So on the front side is we have to build out the marketing. What is going to draw those leads in? That's the first phase of it. Right. So the second phase would be the sales part of it. Yeah.
Yes. And now I understand, because your whole approach is based on the fact that it's already a warm market.
Yeah.
As opposed to some of the work I've done where I'm dealing with a cold market and then I have to bring them into more of the knowledge base. So now I understand why you answered the way you did. Thank you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, my history, I've done cold calling, nothing wrong with it. I love it. It teaches you who the real salespeople are, like you said, who can go far and who can't, if you will. So kudos to your talent.
Hey, I sold sales training in this one year. I sold sales training in the summer, but what they didn't tell me was it was my first real gig, or maybe second or third real gig as a salesperson. They never told me that most people don't fill sales training seats, corporate ones, in the summer, because I was so green. I didn't know that,
Okay.
and I sold more sales training than anybody else. So in the summer, I full courses in the summer.
I can hear it in your tone, man. I can hear it in your tone.
So yes, so I understand what you're talking about. But okay, great. So then in building that whole platform, now that I understand your process,
Yep.
is that you're building the whole platform, you're getting them into school, and in this case, I think Jose said to me that you're not charging a fee to get them into that school platform, or you are.
So at first,
So I think that'd be like a first close summer level.
yeah, exactly. At first, no, it's gonna be free, but then what they can upsell, what the plan is for them to upsell to the course that's inside of it, right?
Got it.
Okay, cool. Makes my life easier.
No, that's cool.
So fast.
See, I heard that. So then basically you're selling them into getting the application and having access.
Yes, that's always what people pay for.
Oh, you cut out for the second part.
The in this industry, that's what people pay for is access, accountability, meant like closer to that person, more conversations. No one really pays for the course. They're just, you want a free course and a free community, and then maybe like what I'm gonna have Jose do is once every 2 weeks or once a month do a call, like a community call. So he gets on, he answers some questions, he introduces the keto to the new people that want to just get started, gets to know his audience a little bit, and then we can leverage how he knows them. He can, if you want to know more, if you want to get coaching, and you drop my booking link in that call, you can even drop a special, you know what I'm saying? So there's going to be little things like that we do that's always going to generate leads. And then you can start using your YouTube thing to generate leads. We'll connect all that stuff to the funnel. So this way, anytime you get anyone's information, it goes to the CRM, but it's certain stage of the pipeline, so and can separate them.
I have a quick question.
Huh.
Since our store is a Shopify store where we have a lot of our products, tangible and digital products,
Mm-hmm.
Shopify lets us retarget anybody that comes into our ecosystem that doesn't even buy.
Yeah.
So how would we integrate those?
It integrates into GHL already. So so in this coaching world now, everything is centered around GHL and integrating into GHL. If not, there's this thing called Zapier, which we call the internet's duct tape, which it just tapes everybody together. So I do it right now. So that's how I started school and everything like that. Then I went up to a course on GHL. Now everything's through my own websites and stuff like that. So like one of my Trevor still uses school. He loves it.
Yeah.
So I'm literally just
Katie, Trevor is the guy with the Toro.
Oh, Toro guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I presumed it wasn't my. And my son-in-law's also named Trevor, so I assumed it wasn't him.
Okay, sure. I just got this guy yesterday though. He's a puppy. Yeah, I just named him Trip. I just named him Trip. He's such a good little dog. Such a good little dog. So don't mind Trip. Okay, so does that answer your question though about how this is gonna work from your question, Katie?
Yeah, from my question, yes.
Do you have any more?
Jose, did it work with your question now?
Yeah. No, I understand what you were asking, and then again, because the whole mindset is the warm market. That's we're all in alignment.
Yes.
Into how it works. So yes, thank you for that.
Perfect. Do you have any other direct questions right now? So I'm going to show you, if not, I'll just show you what I have on the deliverable. So I'm going to make, tweak them a little bit. So this is just basically what comes in my sales director package. I'm going to oversee sales meetings for everybody, review all daily sales reports, their live calls, manage and enforce end of day stats so we can keep track, coordinate daily practice training and end of day role playing, onboarding training of new hires as needed, assisting and distributing CRM leads to sales associates. I assist with training and rollout of new client products like this one. Creating and delivering training for all sales departments, assisting in creating and trading documents and informative materials. Now I there's a lot more basic stuff, basic data entry and all that stuff, but it says services do not include, but when I send this to you today, your copy is gonna say services do include. Building funnels, that's not gonna say that. It's gonna say generate new leads, help with content creation, help build out the offer. I'm gonna add literally everything that we have been talking about. Build out the offer, build out the school community, build out the whole value ladder, help with all the marketing copy, build out all the automations, all the that's what your copy is gonna say. This is just my basics. I didn't get a chance to build it all out yet. Does that make sense though?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
What other questions you guys have? But I just wanted to show you guys on paper before you guys got the paper.
The question that I kind of had that we touched on before briefly that I wanted to wait till we had Katie on to discuss is, like I told you, we're ready to move forward. And so, what does in a ballpark like the next week kind of look like? We discussed it briefly, you and I working together. What is our ballpark estimated targets timeline to have rough draft, final A/B testing, whatever, and with the fact that today is November 9th, and Thanksgiving is technically the 27th. Right now it used to be where Black Friday was a big deal, and now in this cyber world, Black Friday starts November 1st.
Yeah, the whole month is
Yeah,
Black
correct.
Friday.
So what is our ballpark target to be able to be live? Could we potentially be live by the Monday before Thanksgiving?
The 24th, I want to run a test.
Okay, the 20th, perfect, which is
I have a spiritual retreat on the 21st, which is Friday. So I will be out of pocket. I'm gonna have everything done by the time I leave.
okay.
Cool. And then I'll be out of pocket that weekend. And then Monday when I get back, we'll hop on, and then we'll run through everything. You'll have you run through your funnel, I'll have you run through your automations just to kind of get a whole feel for it, see what we need to tweak. And then we could probably be live that Wednesday, that Thursday. So I would probably say we'll be live by Friday. Black Friday.
Black Friday itself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. And my next question, before I see if Katie has any other questions, that is just like literally like in terms of in chronological order, like from today, Monday, Tuesday, kind of like what are next.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna develop questions for you to answer on your offer.
Okay.
Okay. And then I am going to get the deliverables from you.
Okay.
Okay. Part of those questions are going to be what you want to deliver to your high-end clients, what you want to deliver to your low-end clients. Okay. I'm going to need your login to school. You need to create a school account. Give me a login. Okay. I'm going to tomorrow. I'll create your CRM account and I'll transfer all the automations over. So the only thing we'll have to do is just make the automations live, right? Because I'll have them all done. And I'm going to start your funnel ASAP. As soon as you get me all the things that you want to name it, like the name, I'm going to give you a package of information tomorrow based on these questions. And then as soon as that's done, I'm going to have your funnel started.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to need colors and brand and logo and like those type of things.
Yeah, I already got the logo done.
Brand colors, like brand kit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And we'll get the brand kit together because I want to take a look at Chef before you push it out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so send all you'll have all my emails. I'll send you everything to send me with these contracts. Right, it'll be all like a Google thing, right?
Wait, payment processes. Are we paying 2/3 up front and then a third upon delivery or before you go live?
I mean, that's fine. We'll do it like that. I mean, usually people just pay in full, but yeah, we're paying like that. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I do if it's under 5,000, but once it's over 5,000,
No, that's
very still.
That's fair. My processor only goes up to 5K anyway, so that's fair. So that's totally fair.
Right.
Okay, what was I saying though before you had a question?
So you're saying the price point is actually 5K?
No, it's 7,500. But if you only wanted to pay 5K, that's okay.
You can tell, I'm in sales.
I know, always. I was expecting it from Jose too.
Everything.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
Do you say crypto?
Oh, I do actually. I love crypto.
There you go, Katie.
Awesome. Right. So we negotiate. Yes. Okay. What types of cryptocurrencies will you accept? And what is our process on the payment plans? Because yes, I do prefer to have a little bit that's held back until we have an actual delivery.
I'd say
Or something we can review and then say, yes, you can go live and then pay the final payment.
for sure. I mean, like you said, 2/3 is fine. We could do 5K today and then 2,500 when we're about to go live. That's fair.
Okay.
That's the easy.
And then in terms of the cryptocurrencies, what do you prefer?
Bitcoin,
BTC, BYUSD, USDC.
BTC. Is
If you want something else, we have that available. I'm just named a couple of this.
shit. I might take if you want to pay the final payment in BTC. I wouldn't mind that at all.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
I would.
That's a good look. I can tell I'm feeling a little bit more impressed with you now.
Hey, it's okay. You'll see when the money comes in. That's all it is. I use the dog to my advantage, though. Shush.
And then do you have that as a business crypto?
I don't.
Oh,
Should I?
something you may consider that in the future.
Really? Something you should teach me. That
There are some tax advantages to that.
business crypto.
Okay, so we can talk about that another time.
Please do. Yeah, please. that is definitely good. Okay, so I can send over. Is he gonna send you a copy? Do you want me to send it copy to you too, or how's that gonna work?
Jose, how did our computer application specialist set it up? Is it just one email address right now on the keto cooking side?
I have that, but is it possible? Is it cumbersome that the communication is just threefold and I just give you 2 emails?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
Like
tomorrow, yeah.
just for like communications.
Mhm.
Is that easier, Katie?
I mean, fine for me. I just didn't know. I know we're in a collaboration together, so I didn't know if for legal reasons you wanted it only to go through emails that does they keep you alone or something.
Yes, the email that we using, our Keto Cooking with Love shop, we're using as a team, you, ours, and I.
Right. But for right now, because we're trying to if we all respond from Keto Cooking with Love .shop from the same one email, it's hard for us to distinguish who asked what question, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's why I think Chef Jose's question is valid. In your system, in your ecosystem of how you deliver, will it accept a multi email address, like one for me and one for Chef?
Yes.
That'd be great. Then that will be a lot simpler, I think. Especially when I have to start sending cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, it's so true. We gotta talk about this business stuff, business crypto too. For sure.
Will do.
Love to learn about that.
Oh yeah, no, there's some. I mean, that's why you see some of the biggest corporations right now, and they'll do things like they're buying up. You've heard it probably, the buzz about they're buying up BTC or they're buying up Solana,
Yeah.
right? There's a reason they're doing that,
Past purposes.
right? And so yes, like for instance, if you're familiar with Coinbase,
Yes.
on Coinbase, you can actually set up a business account that is structured with your business, because then instead of it being income, it becomes you're buying an asset, and so you defer some taxes that way.
I'm doing that as soon as we hang up this call. As soon as I send Jose those questions.
I would just jump that fast on that. I would jump that fast, but I would jump that fast with the rest of the knowledge, because I've only given you just enough to hang yourself. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm saying you don't have all the rest of the details. I trust you're smart enough to get them and find someone who knows the rest, or we can have a general conversation. But
both.
I would say it's not just sign up for it, because you want to do it with the right way so that you actually get your tax advantages as opposed to some other problem.
So it has to actually be structured correctly.
Right. So everything's structured correctly. Yes.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But hey, I've been young before, so I mean, or younger. I'm still young. But you do, Katie. I've been younger and had that. Let me leap from a building. Like, yes,
Yeah.
that's not.
Yeah,
Let's like think it through. But yeah,
Well,
in fact, it's something I'm adding in because there are tax advantages, but it depends on your structure of your business, whether it's better to do it as what you have, which is an individual Coinbase account versus a business one.
That makes sense.